Day 19. For reals this time. Okay, so it's pretty cold this morning, but got a lot of road walking, so I figured I might as well start a little early since I can't get lost. It's not real early by my standards. It's like 5 a.m. But I needed to sleep, so I was like, I'm just going to let myself sleep in until I wake up. And I feel pretty good, but I'm not walking yet, so we'll see how that goes. The goal is to do 30 today. I have not done a 30 yet. I don't even know if I have it in me yet. I'm still not eating right. I've eaten my Nora rice side 3 nights in a row without having, I know I'm just handing it off to Jandals and I'm like, here, polish this off, man. His appetite's back. I'm still not where I am normally, much less in hiker mode, so I don't know when the hell that's going to kick in, but I'm feeling real lethargic. Do what I can, man, shove what I can, what food I can down my gullet when I can, but at least I'm not feeling nauseous when I eat. I just don't want to eat. I get it in me and I'm like, blah. But I'm not feeling nauseous afterwards. So, hey, that's an improvement. So I'm going to sit here, enjoy my first coffee and my oatmeal, and then see how many miles I can make, man. I hope it warms up. Though it always gets cold right before the sun comes up, and it's already cold, man. I haven't taken my puffy off in 3 days. Yesterday I hiked with 2 puffies on almost all day. I hope today's not that kind of day. Okay, I'm out of there, if not a little bit behind schedule. Not that I have a schedule. Sun's about to come up, which means it's the coldest part of the day. Oh, it's pretty damn cold. When I was filtering my water this morning, normally I filter my water at night just to help me get out earlier. Plus, there's that noise of the water running. But since there's really nobody in camp other than Jandals, and we don't sleep that close to each other, he can't hear any of that stuff. So I filtered this morning, and everything was frozen, except my water filter. I did sleep with that. But, like my caps were frozen on my water bottles. I had a hard time getting them back on because there was ice inside of all the threads. Oh, I thought it was all grit and something. It was just gritty, and, so I'm looking at it. I'm like, nah, it's frickin' ice. Ice in my water bottles, ice in my water bladder. Whew. And it hurts. Loads of fun, huh? But eventually the fireball come up. And I don't see any clouds in the sky at all, which is a good thing because my batteries are getting low. And I need the sun to help charge. Let's see how many miles we can do today. Well, I believe due to the ice issue, I did not screw my cap down all the way, which meant I was leaking water. So I'm almost out of water, but I only have like 15 miles to go. And you think I'd have noticed it because, let's see if I can get a picture of this. It froze all the way down the back of my kilt. Yeah, so my ass, I guess, is all sorts of icy from what I can see. I'm not flexible enough to see my own ass, so I can see a bit. Enough to know there's ice running down it. You think I would have felt that, but nah. It's pretty cold out here. So I have 1.5 liters for about 15 miles. But you know what? It's so cold out. Who needs water when it's this cold, huh? And if I need water, I can, get it off my butt in an icicle form. Who's not down for a little butt icicle? I've come to realize, it's worse than spilling your water on a really long water haul. When you already carried that water, probably, 6 or 7 miles. Is the fact that I spilled it. But I'm still carrying it because it's frozen in my ass. So it's not like I lost any weight. I just can't drink it. So I'm still carrying like a pound of water frozen in my ass. Come on, son, get out here and do your job. Sun has been really lazy lately. I think it needs a ride up. Something to help motivate it to do its job. Because it's really sucking ass lately. And I need it. I only have a little bit of power left in my battery. I got plenty on my phone. But, the battery's kind of what charges my phone. So, might need to focus more on taking breaks and letting my solar panel sit out in the sunshine. Because I still got a good 3 or 4 days to town. So I need all the help I can get with the sunshine. Alright, we still have the orange marks, but now we have blue as well. I wonder what the blue means. Are they cutting down some, keeping the other? Why, like some have 3 stripes. Some have 2. Some just have 1. Don't know. But, somebody took the time to go and spray paint a buttload of trees. But again, all on the west side of the road. Not a single one on the east. Not a single one on the east. I wonder what that's all about. Is this where they were putting the condos? All right, because weird enough, back there I was actually taking a break at one of them because it was something to set my stuff on. There's like power boxes, junction boxes for, electricity. So, but they were only on the east side of the road. So I assume people are going to start building houses up in here. They'll cut all this down to give them a view. That seems like how people do, right? Great, I just saw it. So there's this little black mark that pops up. It was yesterday, it just started popping up, but only on pictures facing forward. Video facing forward, it didn't show up at all. So, that's easy enough. I was just actually going back, taking my time and editing that out of the photos, just cropping them just a little bit to cut off that weird little black mark. But I just saw in that last video while I was recording that little black mark was floating down on the bottom corner of the screen. I don't know what it is, man. I've tried cleaning the lens in every fashion, licking the hell out of it, all up in there and scrubbing it with paper towels. I use one of those microfiber cloths that Jandals has, but it was only on the camera facing forward. Now it's on the video facing forward. It seems to move around. I don't know if that's some sort of software issue or something. There's definitely not something on my lens. Plus the damn thing seems to be moving around, so I don't know. I'm going with some sort of software issue or something. I don't know. I'm going to have to call Google and be like, what's up with your phone, man? Because, I bought this thing for the cameras, and if the cameras are going to be messing up on me, what's the point in having it? Not that I have a choice. I got to record with something, but I don't want a big black mark floating around on my screen. Get your shit together, Google. Well, that's good news. If you're going to have to walk the road, at least it should be downhill. So this is telling me that they're doing a prescribed burn in the area approximately now. It looks like they already started. I wonder why they needed the prescribed burn. Didn't really say why. I'm assuming it looked like that before, and it looks like that now. Well, I'm burned all the way up in there. Guess that's one easy way to mow the lawn. Due to the 2018 fires, anybody going beyond this is screwed. Be responsible. They know who they're talking to. That is not my jam. Okay, so that spot on my screen appears to be moving. It's not in the same place all the time. So I don't get it. I'm hoping it just works itself out eventually. But if not, when I eventually get service again, I shall give Google a call. Strongly worded letters. I got a lot of them to write. So a nice guy named Bo pulled over. He's like, hey man, you need anything? And I was like, yeah, I could use some water if you got any. And he's got like a big 5-gallon jug. They're out turkey hunting. Everybody's out turkey hunting. They didn't see any either. I have not seen nor heard a turkey. But he gave me water, gave me an extra bottle of water. And then a few protein bars to get me down the way. So that was damn nice. I knew something would come along, so, I don't stress about it. It's just water. It always seems to pop up when I need it. But thanks, Bo. Appreciate it. And I think that's a dead coyote hanging on the fence. Curiosity. I must go look. Looks like way down that road, I can see Jandals catching up. Guy is way quicker than me, and I didn't get such an early start. And my feet are kind of hurting, so I'm going slow. When I get up in these trees, I'm going to pull my shoes off, take a break. Maybe put a couple Band-Aids on, just to give me a little more padding to get down the road, man. I can see that fire that came through here. It took out a bunch on the hills. I mean, it's decent widespread devastation. But I don't know what it looks like in the lower lands, but the hills are pretty screwed. So it turns out that wasn't Jandals. That was Monster. I don't know how I got ahead of him. That guy's so quick. But I see somebody about 1.5 miles, 2 miles back. That's got to be Jandals. So he'll be up on me within the hour. That guy's way quicker than I am. On to find water. And that Bo guy, such a nice guy, came by, asked me if I needed anything again. Now he's asking Monster if he needs anything. Really nice of him. Really nice. Bo's a good dude. Better take off before Jandals catches me too quick. Okay, got my feet taped up, did a little wardrobe change, was finally able to take off those damn puffies. It's still cold out, but there's a lot of sunshine, so it negates the effects of the cold. Let's see how many miles I can do today. Got a lot of tape on my feet. I feel pretty good right now. See what another 20 miles holds. I think I've only done 8 or 9 so far today, but it's hard to tell because I don't know where I started. So 20 more? Yeah, we got this. Every little pile you see was once some sort of tree. They went through and just cut up all the little ones and left certain trees, but everything else was just cut down. Don't know why. I guess at least somebody's using the wood. That truck just came out of there with, I mean, it's piled well above the truck. They're going slow. But plenty of wood to be hauled off, man. In every direction. Oh, that's a lot of work. They load it into the truck, then come over to these huge trailers and load them in there by hand. That's a lot of work. I know beggars can't be choosers and all that, but the water Bo gave me has bleach in it, so it's either tap water or use bleach to clean it. I'm going with tap water. I haven't even had enough good water out here to become a water snob. Like, you know, in the Sierra, oh, you become a water snob out there. Fresh, cool, clean water you don't even have to filter because you can see the snow packets coming out of, you know? All along the AT, man, there's those springs coming right up the sides of mountains, under trees, under huge boulders. You know, it's never touched the earth. It's safe to drink, man. Never filtered that stuff either. And you become a water snob. When you go into town, the water tastes disgusting. Even bottled water tastes bad because you become a water snob. Now out here, we've had one good source of water. One. And that was the Gila. A little too much water if you ask me, but hey, it was adventurous. I enjoyed it. So I haven't had enough time to become a water snob, but yeah, I can definitely taste the difference, man. This stuff's bleaching. That's the second game warden I've seen drive up this trail in like the past half hour. I wonder if something's going on up here. So even if I didn't run into Bo, see, there's water right down there, man. Trickle in a creek. It's been a rather wet year, so I wasn't overly worried. Plus, there's somebody ahead named Pooh Bear, and she's been reporting the water for us, and she's been pretty accurate so far, so no reason not to trust her. And she talks about random water along the trail. I need to. I can't figure out my password to get into Gut Hooks, so I can't comment, which sucks because normally I like to comment. And I'm not sure how to get it because the email address I used I lost when I lost my last phone number, because I had my email address hooked up to my phone number, and they won't give it back to me. They said I had to pay them $50 to get my free email back. And I was like, screw you, I'll just get another one. But unfortunately, a lot of stuff was linked to that email. But I figure after it going out of use for, 6-8 months, it'll probably go back into circulation. So then I'll just choose that email address again. Screw paying you $50 for a free email. Yahoo, you can suck it. Yep. Nice, fresh flowing water right there. So I wouldn't have too many worries. And as usual, I'm just not worried. I'm a lucky guy, man. I rely on my luck. I spy with my little eye a place to take my last safety meeting. Unless some other nice hiker shows up with the gift of green, this shall be my last before Pie Town. We'll see what happens there. Give Jandals a chance to catch up. I can hear Jandals singing. He hasn't noticed me yet. He's rocking out. What you listening to, man?
What's that?
What are you listening to?
Yellow card.
Jandals noticed a pack of horses up on the horizon. I don't see any humans with them. Okay, they saw us and they're getting the hell off trail. Oh, there's a burro with them. 2 burros as well.
2 horses, 3 girls.
They didn't run too far into the woods. Most of them are just standing there looking at us. We have the one defiant one that's like, I am not afraid of you. Let's see if we can make friends. Look at the fuzzy donkey face. Aren't you a cutie? Yeah, we're leaving and we don't want to stress you guys out. Come on, buddy. Everybody's scared of us. Not you, donkey. Come here, donkey. I got imaginary food for you. Come on. Don't follow your friends. Come over and let me pet your nose. So it's just before 1 o'clock. We've made about 15 miles or so, which that's not half bad. You know, I'm out of shape, low on protein, low on energy. So I'm pretty pleased with that. But I'd like to do another 15. Just try to get myself closer to that new place that opened up, because they say they have beef in the fridge. And normally I'm not that into red meat. I'm more of a chicken man myself. Love some turkey. But I'm going to kill a steak if there's one there. Oh, I think I'd eat it raw at this point. I'm wearing my body down, but I'm not building up because I'm not getting enough protein. Sure, I'm eating, you know, the protein bars and almonds and things like that. Peanut M&Ms. Great source of protein. But my body requires some beef. Need some red meat. Break it down, turn it into some meat, and get a little bit stronger. But that's still a couple of days away, especially if I start slacking. So if I push it hard, I can be there day after tomorrow. And I want that steak. So let's see if I can push it hard, man. 15 down, 15 to go. So we just ran into a group of CDT section hikers. And they were going to do the Gila, but they punked out. So they decided to do the stupid road walk that we're on. They're like, oh, we're going to go from Snow Lake to Pie Town, which is 80 miles of road walking. Why the hell would you choose that over going up the Gila? Insanity. So this is our last best water source for another 20 some odd miles. After this, we're here, they're disgusting. So there are some, but we're going to load up for another 20 something miles. And it's been uphill for a while, you know, just making it more difficult. But we need the training. You know, my legs are weak. Although I don't know if I'm gaining strength right now, having no proteins. So, you know, what the hell, I'll do damage. They'll be steak in like 2 days, man. Lots and lots of steak. So I'm loaded up with a good 4 liters. And gonna lump that up to the next water source, hopefully. So far, New Mexico is rather hiker friendly. I mean, they don't know what trail we're on, but most cars that pass us stop, ask how we're doing, you know, if we need anything. So that's pretty all right. Especially way out here. And everything's kind of burnt. Not horrible PCT kind of burnt. But yeah. Fires out here are less severe. I'm assuming they do prescribed fires every once in a while, because there's not a whole lot of debris on the ground. Forests look pretty manicured out here. Okay, so with this crossing right here, we have officially completed the Gila Alt. How many miles was that? 100 what?
105.
105. Everybody else punked out on us, but we made it. So we are officially back on the CDT. Don't really know what that means, but hey, they got signed with little hikers on it. That means something, right?
That's not us.
Oh, that's not even us?
We're going down the road.
Whatever. You guys have more road walking. Who gets to take that way? Whatever. Oh, that's a crappy ass burned down trail anyway. So, going to be on the CDT road walk for another 20-ish miles. Then we jump back off onto another alternate that leads up to Pie Town. I'll have no idea how many miles I've done at the end of this. You know, Jandal's frantically trying to do the math because, you know, with all the alternates and whatnot, it's just hard to tell. You'd have to go through and map each one out, and I'm way too lazy for that, but he'll keep up on that, so I'll let him know how many miles I've walked, because, you know, for me, it doesn't really matter. You know, seeing 1,000 written on the ground in stones doesn't excite me or anything. Hell, I barely get emotional when I get to the end of the trail. Maybe this one will cry, huh? That'd be nice, because, you know, this is the biggest thing I've ever done in my fucking life, so you think I might shed a tear at the end, but we'll see. Jandals took a wrong turn. Look at him in shame over there. Yeah. Oh, no. And I followed him, you know, so there's nothing new for me. I get lost all the time. But, yeah, it turns out this great downhill road walk we've been doing, no, we got to go all the way back up it. We missed a turn. But that's his fault this time. It's not me getting lost. It's that guy, and I just followed him. Shame on you. Another animal hanging from a fence. So we jumped off trail and just went up the side of this big-ass burnt hill. Got a little barbed wire in our way, and what's left of a deer. Maybe he did try to hop it and didn't make it. I wonder where the other half of him is. Oh yeah, we're officially back on the CDT. No thanks to this guy. Yeah, a whole mile off trail. Can you believe that? A whole mile. But this CDT looks a lot like the dirt road we were just on, huh? Yeah. Take what we can get, man. At least it's a little downhill right now because we kind of beat ourselves up going up. So I lied. That dirt road wasn't the CDT. Jandal's fucked up again. I mean, it's just as much my fault for following. But I don't check the map, so I don't really care. And, being off a half mile here or there doesn't really faze me. But now we got to go back up this hill that we just came down. And turns out the trail might just be up there. Yeah, a lot of trickery going on. There was like 5 intersections all in one, and we didn't notice the trail. That was the first time in my world, though. Okay, for really reals this time, this is the trail. There's even a marker on the tree right there. Not that that always means anything, because they like to just put markers on trees that aren't on trail on this trail, but gut hooks confirms. 3rd time's the charm. Well, for the first time in a while, we can actually see our elevation. And no snow in the future. Well, the immediate future. That's nice. All in all, it's been a pretty beautiful day. Nice and, sunny. It's chilly, but just sunny enough to counteract all that. That's all about to change pretty soon. Shadows are starting to get a little long. I'm ready to get down off this hill, maybe find a campsite. So we're definitely not doing our 30 today. We knew we weren't before we got lost, but, now we'll settle in the mid-20s, I'm willing to bet. So it turns out we're over 9,000 feet right now. That explains why I'm chilly. We're going downhill now, but I believe this is the first time on trail we've been over 9,000. Over 9,000. I'm not sure how far we've made it today, but we've walked probably a good 25 miles, but 3 or so of those weren't on trail. I'm out of energy, man. I'm struggling. I have never fantasized about red meat so much in my life. Oh, I can't stop thinking about steak and hamburger. Oh, God. All right, so, that's my driving force right now. I need real food. This hiker chow isn't quite cutting it for me. And I got to remember to bring more proteins on the next one. There's pepperonis, all sorts of things I could be carrying. I threw my resupply together rather fast. Didn't put a whole lot of time and thought into it, as my usual style. And now I'm suffering for it, as my usual style. But it's only like another 50 miles or so to steaks, so see what I can bust out tomorrow, man. Alright, so we've done like 23 miles today. Jandals gave me a protein bar back there. It really helped with my energy, but I'm craving animal proteins, man. I saw some cows today, and they actually look tasty in cow form, so yeah, I knew that was wrong. Because cows they're not the tastiest looking animals. But today, that burro looked kind of tasty too, so I guess there's that. But we're only going to go like another 3 miles or so. There's a road junction, and generally around road junctions there's campsites. So we're just looking for something out of the wind. Luckily we're on this side of the mountain. On the other side of the mountain, windy and cold, man. Got overcast, so the sun's not doing its job again. That thing's really failing, man. Somebody really needs to have a talk with that thing. So if these trails spent half as much time putting up blazes as they did cutting them out of the trees, nobody'd ever get lost. We see 30 cut-up trees to every blaze tops. They got enough energy to come out here and just cut these guys up. But not to put a blaze up or just leave them, man. I mean, I don't know what was there that was so offensive that they had to go and chop up trees to hide it, But, I'm lost again. Oh, there's trail. But I don't see the point, Fuck, they're marks in the tree. Just leave them there. You don't need to come out here with hatchets and cut them out. There's one. There's another one up there. I mean, why'd they need to do so many? How long does it take to come over here with a hatchet and do that to that tree? Why don't you just leave it there? Or if it's totally offensive, paint over it. Right? CDT maybe. Hey. No. It's much better to just cut up every fucking tree we see. So we find ourselves in a canyon. This is pretty nice. So far, this is the best part of our day. Once we turned the corner, got behind that mountain, got out of the wind, it got so much better. Both of us were about to stop and put puffies on and stuff. But down here, out of the wind, that's all it takes. Get out of the wind. Man, I hate wind. It's never around when you want it, but when you don't want it, it's all up your butt. They went from underblaze to fancy blaze. Is that like a snow cover on it or something? Ah. So it doesn't get covered in snow? That's the only thing I can do, although how often does it snow out here? That's the only one I've seen like that. And that's the nasty little cow pond we would have been drinking out of had we not had the foresight, actually thanks to Pooh Bear, to carry 10 pounds of water on our backs. Oh, here's another one of those fancy blazes. I wonder why this area got the fancy blazes with trout on them. Oh, they even got them for Sobos. Look, little Sobo love. Because they're not getting much on this trail, let me tell you. It's barely marked for Nobos. And I gotta say, same thing I say about most trail clubs. They suck at what they do, man. I know they're not making a lot of money, blah, 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 but still, how hard is it to mark a freaking trail? If they want to pay me a handsome little fee, I will walk the trail again with a shit ton of blazes and actually blaze it for them. I wouldn't be opposed to that. So far, this trail's been pretty fun. Today wasn't the most fun of days, road walks and wind and stuff. This has been, the past 2 hours has been the best part of the day by far. And that's without sunlight or anything. But as long as we don't have the stupid wind on us, we're not freezing. Unfortunately, there wasn't camping at the road, so we're just carrying on. Hoping we find something before the sun goes completely down. That's not very long. Temperature's already dropping, but it's cold out here. That's what it is. I'd like to stop and put on more clothes, but I feel like we're so close to camp, it'd just be a waste of time. So I'm going to mosey on until I'm really uncomfortable, and then I'll put clothes on, and then we'll probably find a camp right after that. But hey, on the day's walk. So the sun is gone. We have the residual twilight. I have no idea how far ahead Jandals is, but I'm not even going to try to catch up. I need a spot, man. I'm running on fumes. Need to rest. So, I'm just going to walk till I find a flat spot. It doesn't even need to be a campsite. I just need a flat spot. Everything right here is severely angled and rocky as all hell. But it's bound to be a flat spot somewhere on this damn hill. And it's mine. And so Jandals knew what I was thinking, and he waited at the top of that hill for me because there was a flat spot up there that I was going to take. So he was like, yeah, I figured you were going to take that. So there's supposed to be another road junction in like a half mile, and it is downhill. So hopefully it's out of the wind and got something, man. I'm not picky at this point. Flat-ish will work for me, but I'd love to have a fire. So we found moderately flat. I'm sure it's downward sloped, but not enough to care at this point. There's a fire ring right there. I'm going to camp over here, though, man. There's some trees, gives me a little bit of shelter from the wind. Wind's not bad right now, but man, it's been kicking our butt all day. It's icy. But on a high note, we did 25 and a half miles today, not counting all the miles off trail when we were lost. So, hey, there's that. All right, so get set up, build a fire, and eat something. I'm starving. So while I was busy setting up my camp, Jandals rearranged this fire pit as well. We moved this big bad log over, and he got a fire started. We have fire! It changes everything. Time to hope I got something decent in my bag. I think I got macaroni. I'll take it. So tonight's concoction is macaroni and cheese, and instead of dumping out the water, I just dumped some potatoes in there. Jandals gave them to me. The instant potatoes just thickened it up, but yeah, that's a couple pounds of food. Let's see if I can polish that off, because I feel hungry as hell, but I always think that, and then I start eating, and I'm like, oh, I'm nauseous already. But, I'm going to try to power this down anyway. So day 19 kicked my ass. I mean, we did pretty damn good. 25 and a half miles, not counting the ones we went off trail. Try to do that again tomorrow, and then the next day there's steaks.